Hello, welcome back. I'm Patricia Rizzatello, and today I'm sharing some of the marketing insights that I have learned over the years. We're talking about researching your market, which is very important. Most people don't really do that. They just kind of jump in and hope that there's enough people, that there's enough, people buying, that people want what they've got. Hope is not a marketing strategy. So please say hi in the comments if you're watching this. I'd love to see who's watching, even if you're seeing this on a replay, and please share it if you find some value in it. So in this episode, we are talking about 12 ways to research your market. We are on number 5, and that is articles. So we actually have a couple different ways that we can use articles to research our market. So first off, I usually turn to Google to find the articles that answer my questions about my market. You might need to rephrase your search term a few times. Sometimes you don't get very good results the first few times, and you have to just keep trying different search terms. And also, as you're looking at articles on the search page, sometimes they indicate a date that this was published. That can be important or it can be not important. It all kind of depends on what aspect of the market that you're researching. It might, for example, help you figure out if a market is growing or shrinking. So you would then compare a couple different articles, from different time periods, maybe a year apart, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 6, however many years apart, right? And these would give you an indication of things of that nature. So here's an example. So a while back, I was looking to see if the Canadian financial planner industry was growing or shrinking. Okay, I wanted to see how large it was, and I wanted to know if it was growing or shrinking. So first I looked at the associations, and I could see that the market was somewhere in the tens of thousands. I mean, Canada's pretty big, right? Although I couldn't tell exactly how large it was. I came across one site that talked about how many people they had licensed. It also said that some people held, multiple licenses, which I can see that. So, I had some kind of general feel numbers. I kept looking, finally found something that actually had some solid numbers. Then I did some more searching. I wanted to know if the market was going to be shrinking, if it was growing, because this was for a friend who was marketing to financial planners. So he wanted to know how big the market was, right? So I couldn't find much of anything that would tell me if the market was growing or if it was shrinking or if it was, what it was doing. So I made kind of an assumption, and I figured that the Canadian financial planner market would do about the same thing that the US one would be doing. The two countries are pretty close and they're pretty tied together economically. So I eventually found an article that talked about how in the US, there were fewer financial planners post-recession as compared to pre-recession. So, it wasn't totally conclusive. I didn't have association numbers to back all this stuff up, and it wasn't, completely current. It was a few years ago, which in context, it works fine. Anything after a recession is comparing it to before, that's great. Just to really know the numbers, and if it was growing or shrinking, I'd want to talk to associations, find out where their numbers historically had been. But it did give us a basis to start on. Turned out the market had been shrinking, at least over the recession, it shrunk. I guess people didn't think that other people needed to manage their money or something. I don't know, but financial planners didn't know how to market and therefore went out of business. So that's how it goes. So for an action item for you, go up on Google, do a few searches for, specific information about your market. How big is it? Is it growing? Is it shrinking? If you run into snags or you can't find what you're looking for, I'm always happy to help. PM me here on Facebook and I'll figure out how to help you somehow. And I love talking with people at any rate. So if you would like a copy of my latest book, which is 45-Minute Marketing, please hop on over to patriciarezzutello.com/45. The link should be in the post. Hop on over, claim your free copy today. Yeah, I love giving out free stuff. And thank you so much for joining me. Join us again in the next episode when we talk about using blogs, as a way to research your market. Sound good? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.